cleansing. The blends be all the right cred, meaning credential. Best of both worlds.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the Valley of the Sun at State Farm Stadium here in Glendale. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Minnesota Vikings and the Arizona Cardinals. This fielded at the 2. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. And he'll return this one all the way onto the other side of the field.
Opportunity to go out in front. How will the defense respond after giving up that type of a return?
Hey, yellow. On the line, right? Check in. No chance. Switch.
On first down, Mahomes. It's brought in complete. It's John Brown. 12 yards there. First down, Vikings.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance. Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now Mahomes. And Diggs has it. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
And the Vikings first down.
Line, there's a line, 15.
They'll run for the first time with the former Bearcat, Mike Boone. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, first and goal. Mahomes going to throw. Forced out to his, and he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. Patrick Mahomes with touchdown number 8 on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point by Seibert, up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Down. 10-2 saw. 54. They can't hang with us. Tight 6-6. Bullet high. They go.
Here's the first carry for Kenyon Drake, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's a 2nd and 7. He sets to fire deep, and that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, You'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
54. Hey, Charlie. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Go. Hey, one set. Check. 54.
Operating from the gun, Stanley. He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
And he's going to lose a yard or two, taken down behind the line.
The competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week, and we just saw their first one of this game.
Miles Sanders, first carry of the game. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Here's Mahomes to throw. That's complete to Meredith. 17 yards, 1st down, Vikings. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
43, 15. 6 guys.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. Well, a tackle that time by Akala Witherspoon.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
15.
Throwing now is Mahomes. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 36.
The beauty of route running is it doesn't matter what position, everyone's doing the same thing. In this case, tight end, selling the vertical route. Get the defensive back on his heels, break off for the corner, and with good timing, you get a completion as we just saw there.
They'll run on 1st down. Sanders. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Check 26.
They'll go with Boone. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. On the carry, it's Boone. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. 2 yards and able to get the first down in the process. Now Mahomes on the bootleg. Sliding out of the pocket. Letting one go deep. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Irv Smith Jr., his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. So he scrambled right but was able to look back toward the middle of the end zone to find the target.
As you know, in this game, sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules because we all know most guys throwing the football are taught never throw back into the middle of the field on a scramble. He did it and got away with it for a touchdown.
Instinct sometimes, right? They just take over.
Instinct and vision. Sometimes you just see people who are open, you're able to get it to them. And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40.
Right there, 54, right there, 54 Mike.
Looking to throw. Stanley, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Danielle Hunter, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
Foxtrot. I'm coming after you. 54's Mike. Now.
2nd and 15. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
No.
Back to throw. Stanley, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Danielle Hunter in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year. Here's Matt Bosher now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And he'll go ahead and field this at the 5. They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10.
Hey, 57. 28. My general. Flash. Coming to you.
On 1st down, Boone. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Not much happening there on 1st down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Attack. Watch the curls. Hey, look, 48. Look, hey, you go back to 48 right now. Let's go. I'm coming after you. Bravo. 48's Mike.
On 2nd and 7, Mahomes. It's caught. Smith.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Hey, get him. You got it. 58, boy. 58, Mike. All right, T, let's go.
Mahomes looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And he's able to find Diggs. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. Quick slant there gets him the first down, 6 yards on the play. Mahomes will bring him up 1st and 10. And he's 8 for 8 now, throwing the ball to start the game. They'll run. It's Sanders. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
You go tight. You get tight. You got tight right there.
It's a second down run with Sanders. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. The Vikings on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This time they face a 3rd and 2. To throw, it's Mahomes. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down.
At their own 17-yard line.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay.
X3, 218, chopper. Go. SOS.
Now the first carry for Chase Edmonds. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. On first down, Drake trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Tackle made by Eric Kendricks.
At the 32-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Mike 55, Mike 55. Go. Get it.
2nd and 10. And his throw here's incomplete. Andy Isabella was the intended target, and that'll make it 3rd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things.
Defense wins championships, baby.
Yep.
Motion.
Topper.
Lucky. Hey, alert 3.
Hey, wahoo. Ready?
To throw on 3rd down, Stanley. He's got him in, complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. They'll get 34 yards there. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35.
Check, 55 to Mike.
From the gun, Stanley. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Ready.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing today.
Throwing again, Stanley. Got this complete to the rookie out of UMass, Andy Isabella. 12 yards the pickup, good enough for an Arizona first. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the 2nd quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Switch it.
Operating from the gun. Stanley going to throw deep for the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
This defense now can make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Hey, high 7.
It's just me and you. He's coming. Double up.
Hey.
He's coming. Double up. Hey, watch that. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Hey, let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D. Check. Let's go.
To throw again. Stanley. Safarian Jenkins has it. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
The Cardinals into the red zone for the first time. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11.
54, weak. Five. Snap.
From the gun. Stanley. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Right there. 54. Right there. 54, Mike. Ready?
Look at me. Zipper.
Watch by 4.
Bravo.
Defense. Let's go, defense.
Looking to throw. Stanley. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know. Now Drake loses the football, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. If the ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
What? 25.
Right back to Drake. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
So from the 36 now, first and 10.
Lose your quarters.
Quit talking about it and bring it. Check 13. Check 13. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey.
61. Matchbox lights. Big dribble. Big dribble.
They'll run on first down. Edmonds. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And finally marked down at the 42-yard line. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. First and 10.
Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. He don't want it.
Get it.
Operating from the gun, Stanley. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Andy Isabella was the intended target, and that'll bring up second down.
Set. 30 base.
54 Mike. Come on, baby. Come on. Let's go. Mike spot 4.
Hey, Alpha.
Mike spot 4. So don't say nothing. 54's Mike. 54's Mike.
Come. Ready, ready.
Throwing again. Stanley. He's airing it out for Williams. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. A huge play there for Arizona. And even 40 yards. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Ship. Switch. Hey.
Leo.
Check 52.
Protein spill. Let's go.
They'll try to run with Edmonds. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
Do you think after that last run they're thinking to themselves, we had to wait all day to play this night game, and we're still not able to run the ball the way we want to?
Yeah, this defense, they've risen to the challenge all evening long. They come out here in the eye. Second and goal from the 1.
Watch the pass. Check it backer.
And we've got movement by one of the big boys up front for Arizona. Flag comes in. Things made a little more difficult after the false start as they try again on second and goal.
Defense, let's go. Kill.
Recon 132 fighter.
Mike spot 4. Not today, you are. Not today.
And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Set, ready. 18 Gator.
Come on, baby. Let's see what you got. Check.
Sit up.
On second down, it's Drake. Trying to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on third and goal.
Brings up third and goal.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal.
I smell fear in that offense. Switch. Safe.
What?
He's crashing. He's checking.
On 3rd down, they run with Edmonds. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. This defense continues to be good on 3rd down. I mean, they haven't allowed a touchdown. Offensively, are you saying, let's go for this? Let's try to get it in the end zone.
I don't know about that because of what you just described. They've been so good, and they don't give up the big play that you would expect in downs 1 through 3. Why should 4th down be any different?
True.
You might want to go ahead and kick the field goal and see if you can figure out something else as this game moves on.
This is fielded at the goal line. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. The 3rd quarter has not been kind to them. After they built that lead at intermission, they've seen that lead shrink.
And how much of that is simply execution? How much of that is maybe you lose your edge a little bit because you've got a lead? And you do have to credit the other team some because they've made some adjustments to start to slow them down. Can they find those counters now, those extra plays or plays they haven't run that'll be effective and get them back moving again?
They'll be looking for something here, anything to seize that momentum back.
Check three.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Mahomes gets it to Meredith, complete. He'll get 15 and a Vikings 1st down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Safety's creeping.
Now Sanders. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Mahomes now on 1st down. Stepping up, he'll try and run. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
Jordan Hicks brought him down. 10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches at the 31-yard line.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. An ideal spot here to get a 1st down and try to run some more clock, and this is 2nd and less than a yard.
Watch 43! 43!
Gets it to Hardman, a jet sweep. He'll get the 1st down and more inside the 20. And he's got it all the way down to the 12-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
They'll run on 1st down. Sanders. And here he'll get it down to the 7. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Now they'll try to take advantage of that offsides call. Here's 1st and 5. Now a carry for Sanders. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal.
58 to Mike, 58. 58 to Mike. Hey, 57, 57. Big stop, let's exit. 58 to Mike. 58. Hero 15. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Take 4, take 4.
Again, they're going to go with Boone. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Mike Boone, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. On that sideline, they're saying that was more like it. The 1st down run went backwards, that time into the end zone.
And I like their little bit of courage in play calling, too. Because after an unsuccessful run, especially one where you lose yardage, you oftentimes go right to throwing the football. They came right back with a running play, and it paid off handsomely.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
On the ready.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it.
And got his man complete. Touchdown, Cardinals. Preston Williams, 76 yards. And the Cardinals cut into that lead.
You've got to understand situational football because they're playing with the lead here late in the ball game. So the back defender has got to be as deep as the deepest receiver. Keep everything in front of you, rally up and make the play.
Yeah, you would think they have the 3-score lead. Now it's down to 2, but 3-score lead here late. But they wouldn't give up a big pass play like that, but they did. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a 1st down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Oh, he tried to pitch it, and the ball's loose. Mecole Hardman, the intended target, but it's going to be 2nd down.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Bang, bang. Check 3. Check 3.
Hey, 15.
On 2nd and 12, Mahomes. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
I know you're thinking it, but I'll just go ahead and say it. To give you an idea of how sharp he's been in this game, just his 2nd incompletion, and we're in the 4th quarter.
He has been locked in, laser-focused all throughout this one, hasn't he?
Certainly has, and he's gotten some help from his receivers as well. They also are locked in.
Yeah, the drops have been at a bare minimum.
Hey, number 28, Mike, he's coming. Check in. All right.
Hey, color.
Let's go.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And he will score. Touchdown Cardinals. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. So here's a big play for the Cardinals as they'll go for 2.
Kill. Slam.
Squeeze. Snap.
They'll try and throw for it. They'll set up the screen to Drake. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage. How would you say it? Consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal? End the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Flush to his right. Completes this one to Meredith. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Here we go. Take a look. Check the call. Mike 28. Mike 28. Okay.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. This a very important drive, and that incompletion leads to a very important 3rd down here if they're going to try and get the football back.
Yeah, getting it back, absolutely crucial to their chances to try and win this game. I would expect a lot of pressure here. They can't afford to let them continue to get first downs and eat away at the clock.
Mike, he's coming. Check in. Yeah. Mike.
Hey, Sunday.
On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Hey, team 6. Team 6.
Watch 54. Watch 54.
Yes, yes.
Hey, 1-7. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Hey, tighten down.
Hey, Charlie. Hit it.
Back to throw. Stanley. And he hits Drake.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. From the gun, Stanley. And he finds Safarian Jenkins. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
Not in a position where they absolutely have to rush right now, but they definitely have to pick up the tempo a bit.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
He's coming.
They stay on the ground with Drake. And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point, you have to have a splash play in there as well.
Here we go. 60 Pittsburgh.
Hey, we got to get to the ball.
Go. Ready?
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up.
They'll look to throw. This one caught by Isabella. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 18-yard line.
Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Hard.
On the toss play, this is Drake. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3.
I know they got a little yardage there, but I'm not sure the investment is right. They're still running the football, and I'm not sure there's enough time to continue to do that.
Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd, as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. This will be the 8th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and inches.
80 weapons.
Mike 55. I'm coming after you. Hey, check Mike. Watch 55. We want this.
Back to throw. This is caught. And he will have the 1st down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for. And he's across for the touchdown. looks likely the game winner here in the closing stages.
So for those of little faith, guess what? It got done. They now have the lead with that touchdown this late in the contest. I wonder if that was a play they were holding or a play that they just knew would work from past experience.
Well, I just saw it in their eyes on the sideline before starting that last drive, and they did. You're right. They got it done. Looks like they're going to be the winners. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking two plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary, but you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
We'll see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand.
Complete to Mike Boone. Out of bounds at the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
So everything rests now on the right foot of Austin Seibert. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. So everything rests now on the right foot of Austin Seibert. This from 52 and this for the win. And his kick is good. From 52 yards away, he gets it to go. And it'll be a fun time in the Twin Cities tonight. The Vikings win it. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So for Minnesota, they continue to be one of the best teams around as they move to 10-2, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Arizona, it was a win they needed to turn the season around, but instead, they fall to 5-7, and they'll look to regroup next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.